Hey YouTube, welcome back to Like a Doll's Eye statue reviews. I figured it was time to do a Hulk review. I got a lot of Hulk statues. I've had a lot of Hulk statues, and I was just like, time to do a Hulk statue review. I didn't know which one to start off with. I was thought maybe starting off with the new premium format since that's the most recent, but I said, nah, you know what I'm going to start off with? I'm going to start off with my favorite Hulk statue of all time, and that's King Hulk. I love this piece. Again, I just did a Batman review, talked about it being my top 3 statues. This is probably number 1 for me. I love this statue. This statue is going nowhere. It's fantastic. Kind of doing like with Batman. They did a variant of King Hulk. They did before they did King Hulk. They did Gladiator Hulk. I own that piece too. And I liked Gladiator Hulk a lot. And when Sideshow first put this piece up on their, I was let down because I wanted a King Hulk, but I was kind of disappointed they did the same sculpt. And I thought their original preview pictures they did were kind of a letdown. It didn't pull me in. A lot of times with some Sideshow's pieces, the more I look at it, the more I kind of give into it and I accept things and everything else. And I just started looking at this, and I saw one picture on there, and it was basically from this angle. And I was like, oh, I got to get it. And Spidey on the Sideshow site, I can't remember his number, 973, something like. He's going to kill me for not remembering his numbers, but I always just call him Spidey. Sean on Facebook, who sculpts himself, and he's doing a sculpt for the Hulk, the new Hulk premium format, and it's freaking awesome and everything else. Anyway, so he told me I was going to cave on this. He said, Hulk's your kryptonite, you're going to end up getting this piece. And he was right. He was right. I fell in love with this shot that Sideshow had on their screen, and I love this Hulk. The Gladiator Hulk was great. His shield got in the way, and I didn't mind that. That's part of the comic. World War Hulk. Planet Hulk. Planet Hulk. My favorite Hulk storyline ever. That's just a great Hulk story. And World War Hulk, great story also. Didn't quite live up to Planet Hulk. Some of that I blame on the art. Not my favorite artist that did World War Hulk, Ramada Jr. or something like that. But the statue is great and is a great piece of art. So just to start off with, I mean, a lot of people have some complaints about Hulk's, what do you call that? I don't know. It's his crown. I forget what people were calling it online. But that head sculpt, he is just a mean looking SOB. I mean, he is just disgusted with the rest of the statues in my room. He's like, keep them away from me or I'll smash. He's just so angry looking. And the Gladiator Hulk looked the same way, but this one just shows it off a little more because that helmet's not in the way. He's got the great big broadsword over his shoulder, just like the original did. And then he's got the armor here on his arm that I liked better than the Gladiator Hulk. Even though, again, the shield just kind of covered so much of this sculpt here. And I prefer this big battle axe, which I think is just really helps the piece, sells the piece so greatly. I also like the just let me turn this a little bit. I like the loincloth here, or whatever you want to call it. It's real leather, unlike the other one, the skirt that the Hulk wore, the kilt. But I like the material better. I think it just looks better overall. I like that you can see more of the sculpt here on the legs and everything. It really looks great. It was a pain in the butt to put on. I'll tell you that. You had to really use the straps here and get them through. And just a heads up, a lot of people don't get these on tight enough, and you really got to kind of get them in because they're supposed to be kind of tight and overlapping a little bit like that. And I see some people have it loose and almost looks like it's ready to fall off and stuff. And hey, if you like the way that looks, that's fine. I'm not telling you how it should look, but if you like it that way. But I do believe in that Sideshow has their site that looks like that also. So I just think it looks great that way. Anyway, so just the body sculpt is just so. I mean, this is Hulk at his meanest and his most powerful. I mean, World Breaker Hulk is a little bit different than King Hulk. King Hulk came back and was mighty powerful and could kick the Marvel Universe's butt. And then he went to another level of World Breaker Hulk, and where his footsteps were causing earthquakes on the East Coast, and I think they were feeling the tremors out in California or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. And anyway, just right before he became World Breaker, he was at King Hulk, which was pretty awesomely strong also, and he was a little more intelligent. He definitely was more intelligent, and definitely Hulk at his most dangerous. And so anyway, so it just the sculpt is fabulous. And let me turn this around. So if I was going to say something was weak on this statue, I would say maybe his back sculpt is. I mean, it's a little. I don't know. I guess those muscles exist. I don't know. I'm not an anatomy guy, but I just think it's a little too. It would have been better maybe if it wasn't so ripped and more like the original premium format. You know, kind of had the just a little more bulk instead of being cut up. It just kind of looks a little weird. But I mean, that's my only complaint. I don't know if I'm going to be able to turn this all the way around. I'm going to have to. But look at that arm. Just massive, massive, huge. He's got the armor on his hand here. There's the broadsword again. Nope, wasn't get there. There's the broadsword again. And I mean, that back, and you know what? He's got his back to me, so I don't care really about how that back sculpt looks. The base itself, I like the base better than Gladiator Hulk's. I love the piping that they got in here, coming out of it. I just think that adds a lot to it, even though it's in the back and you don't see it. Every once in a while, I do kind of look behind the statue so I can get a gander at those pipes coming out and stuff like that. I just love the detail there. But it's definitely made to look, these pieces, this piece here, this comes out. Yeah, that's a magnet. Those pieces I had to put in. This little piece here is a magnet. But this was made to look more like a city. You got some sewage there, right there, a little gutter or whatever. So anyway, just the color green. This is Sideshow's best paint apps on a Hulk since the original Grail premium format, which I owned one time and foolishly sold. As I said in my other review, I used to be a stay-at-home dad and took care of my kids, and I tried, if something broke, if I had to fix something, if my TV blew up, which it did, and I had to get a new TV, I had to sell something, and I sold Original Grail Hulk. And in all honesty, I was never 100% in love with Original Grail Hulk. I mean, it's a great piece. It's probably Sideshow's best made quality-wise statue ever. Definitely the best quality Hulk statues, just as far as pure quality goes. You look at that and you can tell it's just solid and painted beautifully, and it's just wonderful. But I wasn't as nuts about the pose, and it really boiled down to the pose. And I don't mind the Kirby sculpt so much, but I just didn't like the pose. I thought he's just a little too slow looking. I can't explain it. I did like the pose from some angles, and I didn't like it from others. Straight on, I didn't like it from straight on. But this is my favorite. If I had to pick one Hulk to keep, this would be it. It kind of stinks that this is my favorite because actually Hulk should be more in his classic purple pants and rage mode and everything else. But if I could only keep one Hulk, this would be it. Not for sale anymore on Sideshow's site. It took a little bit to sell out, and it finally sold out. And I see that it's going for upwards towards $900 now or something like that, which is only $300 over what it originally sold for. So I have a feeling it's going to keep going up. I don't think it'll ever hit Original Grail status, but it's a great piece, guys. It is amazing. And if you have any thoughts about getting it, I would jump on it now because it is going to go up in value. I don't think it'll ever hit Original Grail, but it'll go above 1,000. I think easily. But if you like that Gladiator Hulk, you can get that one also because that's a nice looking statue too. And I don't want to make it sound like I'm coming against it. Matter of fact, I kind of lucked out and was able to get myself the Gladiator head. So if I ever want, I just do this. I can kind of have a dual display here of Gladiator helmet with the rest of the piece. And so I kind of have the super duper exclusive King Hulk. I was able to get my hands on one of these. Someone was selling one, and actually reached out to me and was able to get one. And so when I sold my Gladiator Hulk that I had, I still had a piece of Gladiator Hulk to remember him by. So fantastic. I happy to have that too, because as you can see, it's a great sculpt also. And he's mean looking with his helmet too. I just prefer that King Hulk sculpt. So like I said, you can't go wrong with either piece. I just happen to prefer the King Hulk, just because you can really see everything, top to bottom, and he just looks a look, just looks so mean, and just the silver pops and everything else. And great piece, guys. So anyway, all right. So that's my review for today of my first Hulk review, and there will be more to come. Like I said, I've had a ton of Hulks. Unfortunately, I sold a lot of them when I decided to just kind of focus on 1/4 scale. So I had a bunch of Bowens and Hard Hero and Diamond Select and everything, but I don't have most of those anymore. I kind of just have 1/4 scale. One day I would like to get the original Grail Hulk again, but those prices, I just don't know. There's too many other things I want. We'll see. We'll see. Living the dream. Maybe one day I'll get that dream piece and get that in here again also. Hit the lottery or something. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.